First Corinthians chapter 7. But concerning the questions of which you wrote, I say it is ideal for a human not to touch a woman. But because of the whoredom, let each man have his own wife, and let each woman have her own man. Let the man give to the wife as indebtedness, but likewise also the wife to the man. The wife has not authority concerning her own body, but the man, but likewise also the man has not authority concerning his own body, but the wife. Do not disadvantage one another, except as it were out of agreement, for a term, so that you should have ease for prayer, and then you should be on the same again, lest Satan should tempt you because of your holdlessness. But this I say according to altogether knowledge, not according to an order on. But I would like that all human were as also I myself am. But each one has his own grace gift out of God, that abides, one thus, but one thus. But I say to the unmarried and to the widows, it is ideal for them if they abide even as I. But if they have not inner hold, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to be made fiery. But to those having been married, I instruct, not I, but the Lord, that the wife should not be disjoined from the man. But even so, if she may have been disjoined, let her abide unmarried, or let her be downchanged to the man, and the man I instruct not to dismiss the wife. But to the rest I say, yea, I, not the Lord, if any brother has an unfaithing wife, and this one assents to dwell together with him, let him not dismiss her. And the wife, if she has an unfaithing man, and this one assents to dwell together with her, let her not dismiss the man. For the unfaithing man has been hallowed in due to the wife, and the unfaithing wife has been hallowed in due to the brother. Otherwise, your children are consequently unclean, but now they are holy. But if the unfaithing one disjoins himself, let him disjoin himself. The brother or the sister has not been enslaved in such cases, but God has called you in peace. For what perceive you, wife? Whether you will save the man? Or what perceive you, man? Whether you will save the wife? Because to each is only as the Lord has parted it, as God has called each. Thus let him walk. And thus I ordered thoroughly in all the outcalls. If someone was called as one having been circumcised, let him not tug on foreskinness at himself. If someone has been called in foreskinness, let him not be circumcised. Circumcision is nothing, and foreskinness is nothing, but the guarding of the inner aims of God. Each in the calling in which he was called, in this let him abide. If you were called as a slave, let it not cause you care. But if also you are able to become free, use it much more. For the slave having been called in the Lord, he is a freed one of the Lord. Likewise, the free one having been called is slave of Christ. With value you were bought, so do not become slave of human. Each wherein he was called, brothers, in this let him abide with God. But concerning the virgins, I have not an order on of the Lord. But I give knowledge as having received mercy by the Lord to be faithing. Hence I conclude this, that it is ideal to below origin begin, because of the necessity having taken stand, that it is ideal for the human thus to be. Have you been bound by a wife? Seek not loosening. Have you been loosened away from a wife? Do not seek a wife. But even if you should marry, you do not fail. And if the virgin should marry, she does not fail. But affliction in the flesh will such have, but I spare you. But this I explain, brothers, the term it is as one having been stationed together. For the rest to say is, that also those having wives be as not having, and those sobbing as not sobbing, and those being joyful as not being joyful, and those buying as not down having, and those using things in regard to the cosmos as not down using. For the scheme of this cosmos leads by. But I want you to be unworried ones. The unmarried one worries for the things of the Lord, how he may please the Lord. But the one having married worries for the things of the cosmos, how he may please the wife. And he has been parted. And the unmarried woman and the unmarried virgin worries for the things of the Lord, so that she may be holy, both in body and in spirit. But the one having married worries for the things of the cosmos, how she may please the man. But I say this for your own expedience, not that I cast on a snare on you, but for the well decorous and well settled beside the Lord, without tugging about. But if anyone concludes that it is indecorous in regards unto his virgin, so if she is overpeaked, and thus he is indebted to become active, what he wants let him do, he fails not. Let them marry. But he who is made to stand firm in his heart, settled, not having necessity, but has authority concerning his own will, and has judged this in his own heart to guard his self own virgin, he will ideally do. So that even the one giving in marriage, his own virgin does ideally, and the one not giving in marriage will do better. A wife has been bound on for as much time as her man lives. But so if the man was made to slumber, she is free to be married to whom she will, only in the Lord. But more blissful is she, so if she abide thus, according to my knowledge. But I deem that I also have the Spirit of God.